السلام عليكم يا مستمعي الكرام honorable listeners مرحبا بكم في لقاء جديد. You all are welcome to a new lesson, a new session. Here we have the topic from our book النحو الواضح. The topic is simply المنادى. What is المنادى? المنادى, we can say it simply to mean called noun. Called what? Noun. Let's go to our whiteboard so I can give you an example. In the English language, sometimes we can say, oh, Ali. Oh, Ali. Oh, what? Oh, Ali. Like you will call someone and you say, oh, Ali. Oh, Muhammad. Oh, Muhammad. I think the O has no H. Oh, Muhammad. Oh, Muhammad. It is a way of calling someone. So this is the topic. Now, al-munada, it is the noun that represents the person you are calling. So the person you call is called al-munada in the Arabic language. So we want to see under this topic how the al-munada appears in different forms. And we have several examples, and you can see the examples are put into different sections. You can see each of the sections have 3 examples each. These are the different ways the al-munada appear. So let's look at the first section and see. We have here al-amthila examples. Let's look at the first section. Here we have Ya Salah ad-Dini. Ya Salahuddin, which means oh Salahuddin. Oh what? Salahuddin. Salahuddin is the name of someone. So you're saying oh Salahuddin. Oh Salahuddin. This is the name of someone, and this is the first category of the called nouns, the person you are calling. Now if you look at the name Salahuddin, okay, let's move on to the second and the third example before we can explain. Number 2, we have Ya Haris al-Bustani. Oh, you the watcher of the garden. Oh, you the security of the garden. You can see Haris al-Bustan. This is because the word Harisul Bustan means the garden security. Number 3, we have Ya Ba'i at-Tini. Oh, you the seller. Oh, you seller of fig. You know fig? What tini was zaytun. So fig. Oh, you seller of fig. If you look at all of these 3 examples, one thing that's common in them is that they have 2 parts. The names have 2 parts. An example we can bring is the name Abdullahi. Abdul what? Abdullahi. This name has 2 parts. Can you see? The first part is the mudafun, which is the possessed, what is being possessed. While the second part is what? Mudafun ilayhi, that is the possessor. Understood? So Abdullahi, slave of Allah. Now if you want to summon Abdullah, you want to call him using this vocative particle ya, you will no longer say Abdullahi, rather you will simply say Ya Abdullahi. Ya what? Ya Abdullahi. And that is what we have seen in our book. From these 3 examples, we have Ya Salahuddin, Ya Haris al-Bustan, Ya Ba'i at-Tin. Can you see? Because Salahuddin means what? Salahuddin, the perfect of the religion, the goodness of the religion. So you see Haris al-Bustan, the watcher of the garden. Ba'i at-Tin, the fig seller. Can you see? All of this is coming in 2 possession. So the first one will now be carrying fatha. This is what we have done, and we will see explanation to that. Number 4, we have Ya Musafiron. Oh, you traveler ila Lubnan, to Lebanon. Lubnan means what? Lebanon. Oh, you traveler to Lebanon. Oh, you traveler to Lebanon. Now, number 5, we have Ya Lahiyan Andarsi. Oh, you the one who is negligent. Lahiyan means what? Negligent. You are unconcerned, negligent on his lesson. Oh, you the person who is negligent of his lesson. Ya Da'i'an Kitabah. Ya Da'i'an Kitabah. Oh, you the one who loses his book. Who lost his book, Yadoi and Kitaba. If you look at this also, you see that they are similar in terms of what their formations also. We'll come to see explanation under Al-Bahthu. Moving on, we have Ya Musri'an. In the 3rd section, we have Ya Musri'an. Oh, you the hurrier. Oh, you the one in hurry. Fil ajalati an-nadamati. In ajala, that is in hastiness there is regret. Fil ajalatin nadamatu. In hastiness there is regret. So al-ajala means what? Hastiness, and nadama means regret. Good. Moving on, we have number 8. Ya zaliman, O you oppressor. Tabassar, beware. Fil awaqibi. That is beware, be conscious. Look towards the end, meaning the outcome of your oppression. Then we have number 9, Yashamitan, or you the gloater. Gloater is someone who rejoices over the failure or the disappointment of others. To gloat over someone's disappointment. Inna dahra khawanun. Indeed, time is treacherous. So you laugh at someone today, tomorrow you may be the one that is being laughed at. Now that is for this section. Moving on to the fourth section, we have Ya Rijalu. Oh men, Atkinu amalakum. Perfect. Master your work. Master what? Master your works. Number 11, Ya Fityan. Oh, you boys. La ta'abatha bil azhar. Do not joke or do not play with the flowers. Number 12, Ya la'ibun. Oh, you players. Istarihu, rest. If you look at this formation, you see that how the examples are sectioned is based on the formation of the what? Of the munada, the noun that is being called upon. The last section, number 13, we have Ya Khalilu, oh Khalil. Ya Khalilu, oh Khalil. You see that only here you are seeing a single name Khalil, just one word Khalil, and you can see it is ending with Dhamma. This type of nouns that you are calling at, and they just one name. This type of names you end them with Dhamma. We'll come to that. Then number 13 we have Ya Hasanan. Oh, you two Hassans. Ya Hasanan. Oh, you two Hassans. One word also. Number 15 we have Ya Muhammadun. Oh, you Muhammads. Ya Muhammadun. Oh, you Muhammads. This is the meaning of the examples. Now let's quickly go on to the al-bahthu. Let me clean the board first. Then we go on to al-bahthu, and we shall be referred back to these examples so we can understand their formations better, inshallah. Now moving on to al-bahthu, which is research and the deeper explanation of this topic. Moving on, we have al-bahthu, which means research. إذا أردنا أن نطلب إقبال أحد. If we want to call anyone, alayna, upon us, we want to call someone to come to us, we want to call someone's attention. Nadaynahu, we call such a person him, bidhikri ismihi, by mentioning his name. That's how we call someone. Aw sifatihi, or mentioning his description. If you don't know someone's name, you can simply say, oh you, oh carpenter. Can you see? Oh headsman. Can you see? Oh teacher. So you don't know his name, but you're describing him. Ba'da kalimati, you do this after the word ya. So you mention the ya first, then you mention the person's name or the person's what? Description. Fakulna fil amthilatil mutaqaddima. So we say, just like in the previous examples that we have read, Ya Salahuddin. This is the name of Salahuddin. Ya Salahuddin wa ya Haris al-Bustan. And we say, oh, the security of the garden. Wahalum majarron, and etc. Wa yusamma al-ism ba'da ma ya munadan. And the noun which comes after ya, when we mention ya, the noun that comes after it, it is the noun that we call what? Munada. So if you say Ya Hamidu, Ya what? Hamidu. This word Hamidu is what we call what? Munada, which is the called upon noun. Good. Moving on, we have Amma ya nafsuha fatusamma adatan nida. Then as for the ya itself, this ya that you're seeing here, as for this ya, it is called adatul nida, which means the particle of calling. Adatul nida, the particle of what? Summoning. The particle of summoning, or the tool with which we summon someone. Moving on, we have wamithlu ya. And another example of ya is the word aya, the word aya, the word haya, the word ay, wal hamza, and hamza. So not only ya does the work of calling, there are some other words which also do this work. Among these words that are like ya is the word aya. Do you understand? We also have the word haya. We also have the word I, and we have the word Hamza. Even Hamza can be used to call upon someone. So all of these are particles and tools with which you can call upon someone in Arabic. Moving on, we have وَإِذَا تَأَمَّلْتَ الْمُنَادَى فِي الْأَمْثِلَةِ الْمُتَقَدِّمَةِ. If you look at all of these examples we have come across and you check the names and the descriptions of the nouns that we have called upon, the people we have called upon with the ya in all of these examples, what will you notice? وَجَدْنَاهُ يَقَعُ عَلَى أَحْوَالِ خَمْسٍ. You will find out that they all appear in 5 conditions. 5 what? 5 conditions. Condition 1, condition 2, 3, 4, and what? 5. So these are the conditions that the al-munada, the nouns being called upon, they appear in. فهو في الطائفة الأولى. In the first section that we have read earlier, مضاف إلى اسم بعده. You will see that the name of the person we are calling, it is mudafun. It is what? It is possessing the noun that comes before it. How? The word Adin is the possessor of what? Salah. It is the owner of Salah. The word Al-Bustan is the owner of Haris. What does this mean? Al-Bustan, that is garden, is the owner of the security. Yes, because we said garden, the garden security. The security of the garden. So who owns the security? It says the garden, because the garden is the possessor of the security. So we are attaching the word security to the garden. So it becomes what? The mudafun ilayhi. MashaAllah. Moving on. What else we have? وفي الطائفة الثانية متصل بشيء من تمام معناه كما يتصف المضاف بالمضاف إليه. We will find out that in the second section, example number 4 to 6, you'll find out all of these examples, they are muttasif. It is actually having an attachment and a description. So that's when you say ya musafirun, O traveler, ila Lebanon, to Lebanon. So that Lebanon to Lebanon, it is giving more information about the traveler, the person you are calling on. There could be a lot of persons traveling, and they all are traveling. Maybe you met them at the airport. They all are traveling to different countries. So now you are saying ya musafirun, oh traveler. What do you expect? You expect that a lot of persons will look towards your direction. But the moment you say ila Lebanon, to Lebanon, the person that will be, others will turn back. The only person that their attention will be calling now is that person who is traveling to what? Lebanon. So the word Lebanon is what? Has attached, has given more meaning, and also more meaning to the word musafir. The same thing, yadoi and kitaba. Oh, you who lost his book. So can you see, the person who lost his book is the one that will turn to you, not the person who lost his pen. Moving on, we have وَلِذَلِكَ يُسَمَّى شَبِيهًا بِالْمُضَافِ. It is because this section 2, all of these ones, ila Lubnan and Darsihi Kitabu, all of these are attached to what? The name of the person you are calling is attached to this voice. That's why they are called Shabihan bil Mudaf, that they look like the Mudaf. This is Mudaf. So these words, they look like what? The Mudaf. MashaAllah. Moving on, we have فَإِنَّنَا إِذَا قُلْنَا مَثَلًا. Because if we say Ya Musafirun, O traveler, وَسَكَتْنَا, and we kept quiet on that, لَمْ يَتَبَيَّنْ لِلسَّامِعِ, it will not become apparent. The listener it will not be very clear to the listener al-ma'na kamilan, the complete meaning. لأن السفر قد يكون إلى بقاء شتى, because traveling could have different meaning, could be for different purposes. فإذا قلنا, but when we say إلى لبنان, to Lebanon, فقد أتممنا, we have completed المعنى, the meaning, وخصصناه كما يخصص المضاف بالمضاف إليه, and we have also made the meaning to be specific, just the way al-mudaf will make what? Just the way al-mudaf will make the mudaf ilayhi to be specific. Because when we say ya haris al-bustan, the word haris there has made what? The word al-haris has made the bustan to be what? Specific. وَهُوَ فِي الطَّائِفَةِ الثَّالِثَةِ. However, If we go back to the third section of the examples, we would find out that what? Nakiratun ghayra maqsuda. You will see that the person being called, it is an indefinite person that is not pointing to a specific person. Because when I say, Ya musri'an, oh you hurrier, oh you in hurry, who am I talking to? No one. It is nakira. It is just indefinite. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm just trying to call the attention of anyone who will fall under this category. To what? Fil ajalatin nadama. That in hastiness, there is regret. So, when I say, Ya musri'an, oh you the hurrier, oh you in hurry, who? No one. So, anybody in hurry would pick a lesson from what I'm going to say. The same thing if I say, Ya zaliman, oh you, oh oppressor. Who is the oppressor? I'm not pointing to anyone. I'm only saying, Ya oppressor, any oppressor at all, tabassar fil awaqib. Tabassar fil awaqib. Beware of the forthcoming of the result, of the end results. Ya shamitan, oh you who gloats. Inna dahra hawanun. The life itself, the time is treacherous. So this is showing that this one is what? Nakiratun ghayra maqsuda. Meaning, it is not for a definite person. Amma annahu nakiratun fali annahu la yufham minhu muayyan. Why we say it is nakira, indefinite, is because it is not used for a definite thing. Wa amma annaha ghayra maqsuda, but for us to say that it is not specific to anyone, fali annana hina naqul, it is because when we say Ya musri an o you hurrier fil ajalatin nadama, in hastiness there is regret. مثلا for an example, لا نوجه الخطاب لا نوجه الخطاب إلى إنسان خاص. We are not saying this statement specifically to anybody. We are not pointing this statement to anybody. ولا نقصد بها واحدا دون آخر, and we do not intend it to be understood by a person other than the others. We are generalizing. وإنما نلقي النصح عاما لكل من ينتفع به. We are only giving out the general advice for anyone who is going to benefit. أما في الطائفة الرابعة, coming to the fourth section, فالمنادى, the person being called here, nakiratun maqsuda. This one is also indefinite, but maqsuda, it is specific. Someone is intended. Example, Ya rijalu, O men. Ya rijalu, O men. Atqinu amalakum, perfect your work. Ya fitian, O boys. La tabasa bil azhar. Ya la'ibun, O players. Istarihu, rest. Now let's go on and see how this one is maqsuda. لأن المتكلم حين يقول, this is because when the speaker says, Ya rijalu, O men, atqinu amalakum, master your works. Yaksidu rijalan, he meant men. Makhsusin, which are specifically chosen. Yuwajjihu ilayhim khitaba, he is facing them, telling them this. Wa amma fi ta'ifatil khamisa, as for the fifth section, falmunada, the person being called upon, the noun being called upon, alamun mufradun, is a proper single noun. A proper noun. Proper noun, name of a single person. When you say name of a person, sorry, when you say Ya Khalilu, Khalil, that is a person. Khalil, Ya Khalil, you are specific. That's a proper noun. Alamun, that is what? Proper noun. Good. Then when you have Ya Hasanan, two Hassans. So I'm talking to two specific persons. Ya Muhammadun, Muhammads. These are proper nouns. So this section, all of the names being called, they are proper nouns. Now we have a ghayru mudaf. This means that this is not mudaf, or ghayru shabihun bil mudaf, and this is not also what? Shabihun bil what? Bil mudaf. This alamun mufradun. This is a name, a proper noun that is single. As for Ya Abdullah, Abdullah is also a proper noun, but it is not mufrad because it is mudafun or mudafun ilayhi. MashaAllah. Moving on. وَإِذَا تَأَمَّلْتَ أَوَاخِرَ الْمُنَادَى, if you are to study the ending of this al-munada, these nouns, في جميع الأحوال السابقة, in all of the conditions we have mentioned, وجدته في الأحوال الثلاثة الأولى منصوبا دائما. You will find out that in the first three sections, in the first three conditions, section 1, 2, and 3, the munada will always come with fatha as what? mansub in the accusative case. Like where we said, Ya Salahaddin. Here we said, Ya Musafirun, not Ya Musafirun. Here we said, Ya Musri'an. In all of these three cases, it will appear as what? With fatha or in the accusative case. وفي الحالتين الأخيرتين, while in the last three conditions, مبنيا على ما يرفع به, it will be built upon what makes it to be what? A raf'u. Like when what we have here, we have ya rijalu, ya rijalu. So this one is marfu, either with dhamma or whatever. Here fatayani, this is also marfu. Marfu does not mean with dhamma only, it means in the nominative case in its original form. Ya la'ibun, the same thing. Ya khalilu, ya hasanan, ya muhammadun. MashaAllah. Here we have فَإِنْ كَانَ قَبْلَ النِّدَاءِ يُرْفَعُ بِالضَّمَّ بُنِيَ عَلَى الضَّمِّ. If the word before we make it, we call upon the noun, it was with dhamma, it will remain with dhamma. وَإِنْ كَانَ يُرْفَعُ بِالْأَلِفِ فَإِنَّهُ لِأَنَّهُ مُثَنَّى بُنِيَ عَلَى الْأَلِفِ. If it was with alif, like the word hasanan, because it is musanna dual, it will remain with alif. وإن كان يرفع بالواء, if it was with wa in nominative case, لأنه جمع مؤذكر سالم, because it was sound masculine plural, بني على الوا, then it will be built upon wa, كما هو واضح في المثال, just as we saw in the examples. Now we have the rule. The rule says al-munada. When we talk about al-munada, ismu yudhkaru ba'da ya, it is the noun that is mentioned after the word ya, أو إحدى أخواتها, or any of the sisters or subordinates of ya, liqbali madluli, and these words are used to call the person who is intended. Yunsabu al-munada idha kana mudafan. The second rule says al-munada will be put in the accusative case, making it to carry fatha or whatever is the accusative case of it, idha kana mudafan, if it appears as mudaf, like example number 1. أو شبيها بالمضاف, or it looks like mudaf, like the section 2. أو نكرة غير مقصودة, or it is an indefinite word that is not intended to anyone. وبني على ما يرفع به إذا كان نكرة مقصودة, and it will made to be in the in the raf'u case for whatever is the case of the raf'u, as long as it is nakira maqsuda, an intended indefinite noun. Aw alaman mufradan, or if it is alam mufrad, a single proper noun. Wal murad bil mufrad, what you mean by mufrad huna is that ma laysa mudafan, what is not mudaf, wala shabihan bil mudaf, or the look-alike of what? Mudaf. Now we come to the end of this lesson. Here we have tamarina exercises. The first one, instruction says ayyin fil jumal al atiya naw al munada. You are to simply indicate the type of munada in the following examples. In the following sentences, وَبَيِّنِ الْمُعْرَبْ مِنْهُ وَالْمَبْنِي, and you should indicate the ones that are declinable and the non-declinable ones. The ones that will change, maybe they will be in fatha, and the ones that will not change. وَنَوْعُ الْإِعْرَابِ بِالْبِنَاءِ وَالْبِنَاءِ, and the type of declension and the type of building. So first one we have أَغِيثُ الْبَائِسِينَ يَا أَهْلَ الْمُرُوءَاتِ. O you people of moral, save the distressed ones. Ya ahlal muru'at. So we have ya ahlal muru'ati. So ya ahlal muru'at, this is mudafun ilayh. So and you can see that this one is what? Yunsab. This one they will be mansuban. They will be what? They will be mansub in the creative case. Mu'arab. Number 2 we have garabati shamsu ya sa'imin. The sun has set, O you fasters. Ya sa'imin, O you fasters. So sa'imin here is nakira maksuda. Can you see nakiratun maksuda? MashaAllah. So we have the rest of the examples. You can go through them and solve. Number 2 we have ضع أحد أحرف النداء قبل الأسماء الآتية. You are to place one of the حروف النداء, the particles of calling, وألحق كل اسم بجملة مناسبة, in before all of these nouns, and make all of these nouns to be in complete sentence. ثم بين نوع إعرابه أو بناء, then explain the type of إعراب or the بناء. We have Abul Fadl. You can simply say okay, وألحق كل اسم بجملة مناسبة. Okay, you have to attach each of the nouns with what is it called, with the appropriate sentence. So you can simply say, Ya Abul Fadli Tamahal. Oh Abul Fadl Tamahal. Gently. Can you see? Here we can say, Ya Abdul Ghaffar Istaghfirillah. Continue. So you can solve the remaining. Number 3, we have ضع منادا مناسبا في الأماكن الخالية من الجمل الآتية. You have to place an appropriate munada in the following spaces to complete sentences. وبين نوع إعراب and explain the type of إعراب or بناء. So we have لا تكسل. You can say يا آملا لا تكسل. Oh worker, don't be lazy. Oh worker, don't be lazy. So you can see this one is nakira غير مقصودة. Moving on, you can solve the remaining. Number 4, I'm just explaining the exercise for you to go and solve it. It's for you to solve. Number 1, we have كون ثلاث جمل المنادى في كل منها مضاف. Form 3 sentences. The munada in each of them should be مضاف. واضبط آخره بشكل and record the ending. Is it فتحة ضمة كسرة? Number 2, we have كون ثلاث جمل المنادى في كل منها شبيه بالمضاف. Form 3 examples also. Let these 3 examples in a simple way to put it for you to look like the second section example is finished. Number 3, كون ثلاث جمل المنادى في كل منها نكرة غير مقصودة. Form 3 sentences. This 3 sentences should look like what? Should have the munada to be nakira, to be an indefinite one that is not intended for anyone. Number 4, كون ثلاث جمل, the same thing. Form 3 sentences. The munada should be nakira مقصودة. Number 5, كون ثلاث جمل منادى فيها منها علم مفعل مفرد. Form 3 sentences. The munada should be a proper noun which is singular. Number 5, we have the first one says هاتي ثلاثة أمثلة للمنادى المنصوب بالفتحة. Form 3 examples for al-munada which ends with fatha. Al-mansub which is directed with fatha. Here you have to do the same. Form 3 sentences also. The munada should be in the accusative case but with alif. Here هاتي ثلاثة أمثلة للمنادى المنصوب بالياء. The same thing, but the munada should be mansub with ya. Number 4, هاتي ثلاثة أمثلة للمنادى المنصوب مبني على الضم. Form 3 sentences, the munada should be mansub, but it should be مبني على الضم. Number 5, هاتي ثلاثة أمثلة. Form 3 examples also للمنادى for munada al-mansub, which is in the nasbu case, al-mabniyun al-alif, that is built upon alif. Lastly, هاتي ثلاثة أمثلة. Form 3 examples al-mansub al-mabni al-wa, that is mansub, but the nasbu case is the wa which is built which it is built with wa. Now we have tamrin fil exercise on grammatical analysis. We have namudaj sample. Ya ra'i al-ghanam, oh you rearer of sheep. So ra'i al-ghanam, you have ya harfu nida mabni ala sukun. Ra'i is munada mansub bil fatha dhahir annahu mudaf. Then al-ghanam mudaf ilayhi majrur bil kasra. Then we have this one for you to solve. Arib al-amthila, you are to simply analyze the following. Ya zalimin awakibu dhulmi wahima. Oh you zalimin, that is oh you oppressors. So the ya is harfun nida, as you can see. The word zalimin, it is the munada nakira ghayru maqsuda mansub bil ya. Then awakib, these ones you can just go through the awakib dhulm wahima. Then ya sabiyani la tal'aba aw la subiyan la tal'aba bin nar. Oh children, don't play with fire. Ya aliyu la tatasallaq bil ashjar. Oh Ali, don't climb the tree. Lastly, ya mujhidan nafsah. So this is all. You can go through the examples, the exercises, and solve all of them. I hope you have learned. If you have done, make sure you like, share with your friends. Ila an naltaqi ma'as salama.